Today's video is going to be a productive one. I've got a bunch of yard work and organizing to do, and today is just a beautiful day outside, so I figure it's a perfect day to get it done, and I'm going to share the whole process with you. The first thing that I need to get to is this wooded area over here. This is over beside our house. And I started this all last year. I was going to turn this into a four-wheeler track over here, which I'm still going to do. But there is so much stuff just everywhere that I need to burn. Like, this old owner had all these pallets everywhere, so I just need to kind of get rid of all this stuff. And there's a dog, probably should get rid of her too. Got all this wood over here. So but basically my setup is I got this burner barrel and I just get the fire going and I put everything in there and let it burn. And this is a tree that came down I have to take care of. Speaking of trees that came down, I had the people came over and kind of cut down some trees along the road, and I had them take this tree down. This is a big pine that was up here, but it looked really bad because there's a telephone wire there and they cut the top half of it off, so I just had to take the whole thing down. So I have to take care of all this wood. Probably gonna split that up and use it for my fire. But that's not all. There's a lot more over here too, which I'll show you here in just a second. Down here we got even more wood. They ended up taking down this tree right here. This is an old dead birch tree that stood here. Really nothing growing on it, so they cut it all off, and I'm pretty sure that's not attached there too, so we'll take that all down. Got all this wood here. Probably gonna need somebody to help me split this stuff up because I don't have the tools for it. But look at all these logs, just tons of them. And then this one here as well. This wood came off of this tree that's right here. They ended up cutting a lot of it off that hung out over the road. So my tree's been hacked pretty good, and I didn't really have much of a say in the matter. So that's just the beginning of what I'm planning to do today. I have all kinds of other stuff to do. I'm gonna go in the backyard and I'm gonna end up doing my grapevines, which they're all the way down there, and I'm gonna get that done today, and just pretty much anything that I see that I can work on. As you can see here, we got some flowers coming up. Check that out, looking pretty good. But yeah, everywhere I look out here, I just see things that I need to do. So that's what I'm gonna do today, and we're gonna get it all done, and I'll show you all the stuff that I'm working on. There's a mellow cat. What are you doing? You didn't have your babies yet? You can have babies? I'm gonna tackle the woods first. First thing that I do out here is get a fire going. I just take our house trash, put it in the burner barrel to kind of get the fire going. Then it's just a matter of starting to throw all this stuff in here. As you can see, there's just so much stuff. I don't even know where to begin. Probably just start taking some of this, like this ladder needs to go in there, these pallets. Getting rid of the big stuff, and then I can start working my way down. I wanna get over here and clear all these weeds out that are over here, just to kind of make that look better. This is an electricity line that runs from the house that goes under the ground, or it's supposed to, and it's above ground here. So I'm gonna bury that down. How about a bear? And that kind of just goes through here, because if I'm riding a four-wheeler through here, I definitely don't want to be running that over and over again. So I'm gonna have that underground, and then just basically slowly but surely get this all cleared out, get rid of all that wood and all the pallets, and make it look real nice and clean over here. And that's what I really want. Back here you can see some more of this stuff. There's wood all over down here. And then we got more pallets down here, which this is what I used to put some of the wood that I currently have on. And then there's just some stuff that I took down. You got piles of stuff back here and more piles over here. It just kind of is like a lot of stuff that just needs to be taken care of today. Got a bit of an update here for you. The fire is doing really well. Got all the pallets and stuff burning in there. Right now I'm working on this tree. This is going to be a real mother. I've been hacking pieces of it off. I don't feel comfortable using a chainsaw, so I've been using this little handsaw that I have. Right now I'm just trying to dig the base of this out. I'd like to move it all in one chunk and get it out of here, and then I'm gonna kind of bring the grass and stuff over a little bit to make our yard look a little nicer, and I'm gonna do the same thing down through here, make it look real good. You want to see what's been my nightmare for like the last hour? This, trying to cut through this log here. And of course Roxy hasn't been helping at all. She's been laying in the grass over in the shade. But yeah, this has been pretty awful, but the main reason I want to get rid of it, as you can see, I've been hacking this thing apart. It was all the way out over our grass. I kind of want to get rid of as much as I can. I tried lifting the whole thing out, can't do it, so I'm still going to have a stump here. But I'm going to turn this all into grass right over here, and I think this is going to impede my progress, so that's why I'm trying to get rid of it. I am almost through this thing. I've cut through like both sides of it, but it's just really been awful. And I actually took a lunch break, and now I'm back out here. It's the afternoon. As you can see, my fire is just blazing over there. I got the hose out here, had some minor forest fires to catch, and that's where I'm at. So I'll be back when I have this thing done, and I'm gonna be pretty proud of myself when I do. Flies, I finally did it. There it is, completely unhooked. Happy about that. This is what I was cutting through it with. This is my trusty old 10-inch Fiskars power tooth that I left outside in the snow all winter by mistake, so it's all rusty. But I cut through that. That's probably one of the biggest jobs you could ever do with one of these. If you look at the angle on it, it's not even big enough to really cut through the whole thing. So that was quite an operation, probably not worth it, but I'm happy to have this whole tree out of my yard, and now I'm gonna start kind of messing with the dirt over here and maybe trying to rake it in so I can start mowing this section over here. In terms of, whoa, got a little bit of a fire going down over here. Been burning these pallets. And then over here, I'm thinking about just keeping this. You never know what you might be able to use this ladder for. The painter guy left that here. I think he pretty much thought it was junk, so he left it here, and it kind of is junk, but getting rid of these pallets. And then I'm gonna burn these sticks that are over here, and then those. And there's some more right down there. And then that should be pretty much it over here. I've taken care of pretty much everything. Just kind of cleaning it up, making it look good. I'll give you another little progress update here. I got all of the weeds kind of taken back a little bit. I brushed everything into a pile with a rake. So I got that all out of there. So this leaves it wide open for me to take the weed eater to it and then eventually plant grass here. And I did that all the way back through here as well. And what I'm working on right now is I'm burying this pipe that it has electricity running in it, like I mentioned earlier in the video. So I'm gonna get this back underground so I don't run it over with a lawnmower or anything. Because ideally the mower is gonna go right up around that pole there, right down through here, and then basically right up against those trees. So all of this here is gonna turn into grass, and that's gonna be pretty cool. I kind of wish they would have buried that a lot deeper when they installed that conduit that runs electricity, but I have it all covered up here, and I put this rock just to kind of mark where it is. But you can pretty much tell, because if you come over here, this is where it comes out of the house right here. So you just kind of follow a straight line, and that's where it goes, right up through here. I'm just finishing up for the day, and as you can see, I'm still over here in the woods. This morning when I came out here, I set big plans for myself to get all this stuff done, including taking care of that wood that's still over there and doing my grapevines and all this stuff, but I just ran out of time. This took a lot more time than I thought it would. And unfortunately, looking around out here, you can't even really tell I made any progress. I mean, this tree, I ended up cutting that like I showed you, and that took a lot of time. This is so heavy, I can't even move this. So it's kind of just sitting there for the time being. But I did get my one major goal done, which was to kind of clear this all out to allow my yard to come over further. I'll show you what I mean by that. If you look down through here, this is all kind of nasty weeds and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna try to maybe plant some grass seed over here and have the grass go all the way up to the shed, and instead of it kind of just being out here. And so that'll look a lot nicer. And I weed whacked all this down so it's real nice and low. And I did that the whole way down out here. So this is all gonna be mowed through here. This is all gonna be grass. Technically right now my grass kind of just ends right here, but that's not going to be the way it is in the future. So it's all coming out here, and then it's going to go back here behind these butterfly bushes, and there's going to be a nice divide between the woods and the yard. But back over here, I ended up getting rid of all of the stuff that was like man-made over here. So all that's left is kind of just like sticks and stuff. My ladder, of course, which I'm probably going to put that away. The one thing I'm still working on, so this is why it kind of looks bad over here, is this huge pallet I broke up and I'm trying to burn right now. The downside of that is my burner barrel is getting really full, and I'm kind of like cooking on the top here, so you can see inside there. So I'm gonna probably burn that down, and then I don't know if I'm gonna dump it out or get another burner barrel, because the downside of this situation I have here is I've been burning a lot of pallets. A lot of these pallets, like you can see right here, they have, maybe you can't see it, they have nails in them. So I don't really want to just dump the ashes out, because then if I'm riding a four-wheeler over here, they might get into tires. So I'm gonna have to be careful with that. I still have this to take care of, but you know, it really doesn't look that bad when you look it back over here. This is all just kind of like brambled mess. So at least having all the man-made stuff out of here taken care of. I found a huge collection of bricks over here. Right there. So I'm kind of stacking those up there and putting beside all my wood that I have saved up. And this is all the wood that was found out here, just kind of laying around. I put that all there. Even though I didn't get all the goals accomplished that I set for myself this morning, I still feel pretty good about the progress that I made out here. This was a real mess when I started out a while ago, and every time I come out I make more and more progress, and eventually I'm going to get this exactly the way I want it, but it's going to be a lot of work. So I guess what's going to be happening next, I'll probably make the grapevine video be my next video. I'm going to have to do that on another day, so that instead of being a part of this, it'll be its own video, which I guess is kind of good, because there's always a lot to show on that. And I'm just going to keep pushing on out here. I guess, you know, the only downside about this whole operation out here is I don't feel like I'm making a whole lot of progress when I'm out here. Like, I look around and I still see so much. But, and you know, some people would probably just let it go the way it is. But I take great pride in my yard, and I really have like a vision on how I want this all to look. And I think over time, I'm eventually going to get there, and I'm going to hopefully share all that journey with you, and you'll be able to see this someday when it's my perfect area, my little wooded lot over here.